Hello, welcome on my channel. My name is Charlotte and I recently moved to Taiwan on a working holiday. And today I want to talk about how to find a place to live here in Taiwan as a foreigner. Because it's not that obvious if you don't talk Chinese, and it's a question that several people have asked me, people who are planning to come to Taiwan in the future. So today I would like to give you some tips on how to find a place to live in Taiwan. So the first question people have asked me is, should they start looking before they arrived in the country or afterwards? And to me that's pretty simple. I've lived in several countries before, like India, South Korea, Sweden and now Taiwan, and I always first go to the country and there I start looking, because pictures online can be really deceiving and you only can rely on the word of the owner. So I would be careful with that, especially if there's a language barrier. You should definitely check out the place physically first before you agree on anything. So my advice, go to the country and only there you can start looking for your apartment. One thing that I did before coming to Taiwan was just joining some Facebook groups. I started typing random things on Facebook like roommates in Taipei, expats Taiwan, housing in Taipei, just all these kind of random things, and I saw if there were existing groups in these categories. And then this way, by joining those groups and seeing the rooms that were offered in their neighborhoods that were popular and prices, I could have a good idea once I arrived in Taiwan of what was reasonable and what was not. So when I first arrived in Taiwan, I booked a hostel for 5 nights. That way I could just research some places, visit some apartments, and also get a feel of the different neighborhoods here and make out for myself neighborhoods I would like to live in or places I would rather not live in. So that was a really useful time for me to explore the city. Also, hostels have so many other travelers, young people, so it can be perfect if you want to explore the city and make some friends in the hostel. So I would really recommend it for the first week. That's what I would do in every country. Just stay in a hostel, get to know, get comfortable with the city, and visit some apartments. And you can stay there as long as you need to find the perfect apartment. Something else I did here was post in all the Facebook groups that I was following, all the ones related to housing here in Taipei, and I just wrote a small paragraph about myself, who I am, where I'm from, what I'm planning to do here in Taiwan, and I also asked them if they had any advice or tips about where to live here in Taiwan. And that way I got some suggestions, some really good websites where I could find accommodation, and also some people telling me, oh, I have a friend who's leaving Taipei soon and her room will be free, so I can get you guys with it. It can be a really good way to have some good options. If there's one piece of advice I want to give you, it's not to be pressured by landowners to sign any contract right away, because they have some tactics, you know, to make you feel some kind of pressure, like if you don't do it now, somebody else will take it because they had so many visitors that day and somebody will call them back, so you just have 1 hour to decide and sign the contract. You know, there's many ways they will make you feel this pressure to sign really fast, but as this is a pretty big decision, especially if, like me, you're planning to stay for at least 6 months, maybe 1 year, you should really take your time. If the apartment is gone, so be it. There's many places here, it's a big city. Don't make any fast decision just because you feel pressured into doing it. So once you're finished with all your research, once you have visited apartments, you know which neighbor you like, maybe you found a job and you know which area you will be working, it's time to make a decision. And I feel like in Taiwan you sign a contract. Because I know in Belgium it can take a long time. Once you sign the contract, usually there's still 1 or 2 months at least before you move into the new place. But here, in many cases, you can sign a contract and almost move in the next day. So for me that was the case. After my 5 nights in the hostel, I just moved in right away without a problem. So don't be worried about being stuck in a guest house or hostel for like 1 month before you can move in somewhere. It goes really fast here. So that's basically all I did when moving to Taipei and looking for an apartment. I hope you had some useful information in this video, but if you have any other questions, things that I might not have covered yet, just ask me in the comments down below and I'll try my best to help as much as I can. Because I know it can be pretty scary and intimidating at first when you're moving to a new country and you don't know anything or anyone yet, you don't speak the language, it can be really tough, but it's worth it. So don't be too scared, ask me anything you want to know, and yeah, I hope to see you soon in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.